Welcome to the Moose Fit Method, the podcast where we train with purpose, live with intention, and pursue strength that lasts. I'm your host, Kirk Moose, and this show is for anyone, especially those of us who know it's time to take back our health, our clarity, and our faith. Here at Moose Fit, we believe fitness isn't just about muscles and micros, it's about becoming whole, stronger in body, sharper in mind, and deeply rooted in spirit. Ready to shake up the conversation? Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Moose Fit Method. I'm your host Kirk, and today we're diving into a topic that starts with you sitting down, but it ends up with feeling amazing. And that's going to be how to develop your very first workout routine. Now this is going to be, kind of aimed at those who are just first starting their workout routine or really want to get themselves a little bit more active, get back into the game. And this is really meant to try to help get you motivated to start moving into a healthy lifestyle. Now, I know that working out can seem intimidating for beginners. You should always start slow, but I know many times we ask ourselves, should I start slow or go all in? The reality is starting out slow is really going to be your best answer to solve this problem. And then you need to ask yourselves, what exercises are even possible for me to do? What am I even able to do? And where should I begin? In this episode, I'm going to guide you through the process. We're breaking it down step by step so that you can build a sustainable, effective fitness foundation without adding unnecessary complexity or risk of injury. So let's get started. Before we pick exercises, let's talk about the most critical part, your mindset. Fitness is a journey, not a race. Adopting this idea means starting slow, listening to your body, and focusing on consistency over intensity at first. Jumping into grueling workouts right away is a recipe for burnout or injury, not progress. Let's think about it like riding a bicycle. You start out with training wheels, but as you practice, you gain more confidence. In the same way, you have to look at your mindset. And we need to get that sorted out. Before we choose your exercise, you need to think about why you want to work out. This isn't just for vanity, though it's great to look good in the mirror. But you really have to ask yourself, am I doing this to feel stronger, have more energy, or improve my overall health? And I'm going to tell you from experience, when you choose to do this for yourself, you're going to have a much higher success than if you're doing it for somebody else. Now, let me ask you a few questions here, and it wouldn't hurt for you to write these down or make a mental note, because we're going to use the answers to these questions to help build your routine, okay? So, number one, what are your fitness goals? Number two, do you have any health concerns or current injuries? And number three, what type of movement feels even remotely okay or enjoyable right now? Now, let's kind of break each of these down. Number one, what are your main fitness goals? Now, that would be your energy levels. Are you looking to improve them? Feeling stronger all over? Losing weight in general? Or are you looking to improve your mood? Number two, let's break down any health concerns or injuries. This is an area where you have to be super honest with yourself. This is where we have to really make sure that we're considering what we're doing for the longevity of your workout routine, your exercise, and your health. You're here for safety, not for breaking records. And number three, what type of movement even feels remotely okay or enjoyable? Now, this isn't something you should be overthinking. Does walking feel okay? Do you feel okay when you run outside, dancing, swimming? Do body weight exercises like push-ups or squats feel even halfway doable? Or do you feel just okay whenever you're just laying down in a dark room, which I'm pretty sure that most of us feel okay doing that. For our beginner routine, we don't need all the answers. But aiming towards a balanced approach early on is smart. Incorporating some sort of cardio, some strength training, and maybe sprinkling in a little bit of mobility and flexibility can really help achieve our goals. Cardio gets our heart rate up, increases endurance so that we can walk longer, faster, helps with calorie burn. It's great for our mood. It's really good to help us with fighting anxiety or stress. And as a beginner, it also helps us focus on consistency. Strength training makes us stronger, supports daily activities, builds muscle endurance, the good kind that is, and boosts metabolism. Especially for beginners, starting with body weight exercises, focusing on form over speed or even over heavy weight is great. If you must use weights, let's start with very light ones, even if it's just resistant bands. Now, let's don't forget or skip mobility and flexibility exercises. These help with the range of motion, they help prevent injury, and reduce muscle soreness, and helps you overall feel really good. Gentle stretching or mobility exercises are easy to include. Now let's put it all together. Let's select some of these exercises we've been discussing. Now take the answers that we discussed earlier, and let's pick some of these exercises that are safe and achievable for our beginner's routine. Remember our aim: body weight preferred or very light equipment. If body weight exercises feel good, start with basic movements. One great option is walking. Yes, it's acceptable. Sustainable cardio. Aim for one continuous walk or break it up into intervals, such as 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. Another great option is very basic body weight movements. If walking feels good, maybe try something like marching in place with arms swinging or very controlled lunges. Now remember, keep repetitions low in the beginning. If you're feeling a little more energetic or enjoy movement without others, you could try light running. Now this could be starting very slow. Definitely recommend jogging in place or something when you're just beginning out, especially when you're getting a little bit older. You want to make sure you don't push it too quick, too hard. Make sure you do it in intervals until you feel comfortable going a little harder, a little bit longer. Another great option would be dancing. It's a fun way to move. Choose low intensity style like an easy Zumba, or follow a dance workout routine for all fitness levels. Okay, let's focus on fundamental body weight exercises, prioritizing form above all else. Now, warming up, we need to do that right there in the very beginning. Let's do very gentle arm, wrist circles or ankle circles. It's a great way to get your joints ready to go, ready to move. And then we'll want to do our main movements. We want to pick one or two. So we can start easily with push-ups. Push-ups are a great, simple exercises. And you can start by aiming for a modified push-up, such as your hands on a table or a wall. Keep yourself at an angle, pushing back, keeping your back straight, pushing straight towards the wall, and then slowly letting yourself down towards the wall or the table. You can even start with your knees on the ground in a kneeling position with your feet apart, and then allow yourself to slowly lower yourself down to the ground and back up. Your goal is going to be 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps, aiming to do them slowly and controlled. The idea here is consistency, focus on form, not speed. Option 2 is bodyweight squats. Focus on quality over quantity again. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Hands clasped in front or behind you. You can slowly sit hips backward towards a chair. And that's a great way if you need help with balance. You can keep your chest up and then stand back up. Let's aim for 3 sets of 8 to 12. Or you could even do a plank push-up combination if you want to challenge with balance and mobility. Now, you could try this with your warm-up with planks. You could start with a short hold and then basic exercises that we've just discussed. If you're really wanting to start by using weights, start super light. Now, this is what I did whenever I started back in the gym. I started with super lightweight because I wanted to make sure I didn't re-injure myself. Because there was a point in my life when I was doing HIIT training and I injured my shoulder. And I definitely didn't want to redo that again. So I started with lightweight, made sure that all of my supporting muscle groups were built back up and everything was ready to be able to handle the load that I was about to give it. But in the same way, that's why it's important to start small, build up to it, and make sure it's manageable. Our goal is to feel the muscles work, not necessarily hit heavy sets in the beginning. A very basic flexibility exercise that we could hit on would be static stretching. Now, this could look like after a warm workout or even during. We could hold each of these for up to 30 seconds. Maybe repeat them once or twice. Standing overhead arm stretches. You can use that even with the wall arm angle. You could do the child pose stretch or even the seated hamstring or chest stretch. You could even include a very simple joint mobility warm-up before any movement, which is really more of what I recommend. I recommend more active stretching than static stretching. Okay, let's put this all together for our first workout. Our first workout shouldn't be that hard. It should feel achievable and reinforce good habits. Remember, what we're trying to do here is build ourselves into a lifestyle of being fit, right? Which means it's got to be sustainable, something you can keep up with. So our aim is going to be 15 to 20 minutes max in the beginning, including our warm-up time. And we probably would structure our time something like this. First, about a 1-minute warm-up. So we do active stretching, such as joint rotations, marching in place, something very low impact, something that's going to get the muscles and joints moving and warmed up. It's also going to get supporting muscles ready to go. Then we're going to look at our cardio component. We want to choose one of the two exercises that we discussed earlier. We want to look at doing 3 sets, trying to complete them without stopping. Now that would be walking, jogging, a squat. Now this is going to be at your current comfortable pace. Remember, it's okay if you need to slow down and then get back into it, especially if you're doing a walk or a jog. It's okay if you slow down a little bit and then resume that pace. The idea is to try to stay consistent, but not to push yourself to the point to where you hurt yourself. Don't push harder on the first set. Example would be 3 sets of walking, maybe hold for a full minute of each. Then we would take some short breaks, 30 to 60 seconds, and that's going to be a break between each of the sets if you need, or maybe just a minimum rest time. Then you're going to want to cool down and stretch 4 to 5 minutes. It's going to be 3 static stretches. Remember, static stretches are done after we work out, not before. And then we'll focus on areas that you exercised, plus maybe 1 gentle joint wiggle, each when holding a stretch from 20 to 30 seconds. Now, remember, we're aiming to finish the workout in around 15 minutes to activate our workout and warm up cool down. Remember, we're aiming to finish our workout in 15 minutes of active work, warm up, cool down time period. We're not looking to go beyond that, especially in the beginning. Now, remember, consistency is key. The first workout is critical, but it's a real progress that comes from what you do week after week. And it's really about that stick-to-itiveness, right? It's about you sticking with the program that you build for yourself. Remember, you want to listen to your body. We're emphasizing this again because injuries kill consistency early on. If you feel sharp pain, stop immediately. Muscle soreness is normal, especially with new exercises. Push through it gently, but stop hard pain. So if you feel hard pain, that means stop. Now remember, be patient. Don't compare your first session to anyone else. Progress takes time. I remember when I first started going back to the gym, I felt a little embarrassed at times because I would see people lifting weights that were way above what I was doing. And I knew that I could do more, but I didn't want to injure myself. So I made myself eat a little humble pie. I kept lifting light for several months to make sure that I had the stability muscles and all of the supporting muscles ready to go before I started pushing myself even a little bit. Remember, progress takes time, and we're looking for the long game. You don't want to injure yourself and prevent yourself from being able to continue on. Remember, we want to enjoy it. Find a combination that feels good, maybe even slightly fun. The more fun you can have, the more likely you're going to continue down the journey. I know for me, there's times that going to the gym is not fun, but I'll push through it. And the moment I get to the gym, it's like I get through that mental funk. And then when I get there, I'm good. I'm ready to roll. And then when I get done with the workout, I feel so great, so wonderful that I'm like, why in the world did I not want to go and work out today? And when you push through those moments and you break through those barriers, you have won the battle, because you're taking care of business, you're getting through the journey, and you're making sure that you're not allowing yourself to be defeated mentally, which is keeping you from achieving your goal of longevity, right? Because the ultimate goal here, and the one thing that we want to see, is we want to make sure that you guys are hitting your goals of health for the longevity of your life, right? Now, remember, as you're working on your different exercises, one of the greatest tips I can give you to help prevent injury would be proper form. Focus on doing it right and do it right the first time. That's going to be your best bet. But if you're not doing it right the first time, it's going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. Slow down. Do fewer reps. Slow down your movement. Watch some videos with experts. And, it doesn't hurt to use the mirror. Use the mirror to watch your form and see how you're doing, to make sure that you're doing that exercise correctly. Remember, do not push through sharp pain. That's different from muscle burn. If your muscles are burning, that's one thing. Sharp pain says there's a problem, and if you continue to have those type of pains, it doesn't hurt to go to the doctor. It's always better to make sure that you're safe versus injuring yourself further. After doing this routine for at least 1 week, ideally 3 to 4, if you feel good and have completed it without difficulty, then consider progression. Increase your time. Make your exercise time longer, or walk or run faster. Add intensity. Try slightly harder versions of exercises. Wall push-ups to floor press. Pause at the bottom of each squat. You can even increase the reps or sets for your body weight exercises. Once you can do the exercise with the good form, maybe increase the reps slightly to add a set. Aim for 3 to 4 sets maximum initially. Add light weight. If doing body weight exercises, try adding a little bit of very light weight or some resistance bands to give you a little bit more of a workout. And then increase the frequency. Once you feel comfortable with the routine that you're doing every week, start thinking about adding a second workout day or a third, depending on how many you're already doing. Gently transition yourself into the new routine. Remember, listen to your body. Any sharp pains means stop. Muscle burn is normal. Soreness is normal, but sharp pains, that is a key that we need to be very careful. Watch out. All right, here's the recap. Remember, the key is safety, consistency, and a balanced approach. All right, so the very first thing we need to tackle is mindset, right? Embracing the journey, focusing on the long-term health. Then start simple and choose what you like. Body weight exercises are your best friend initially. Then, thirdly, balance is key. Aim for a mix of cardio, strength, and flexibility mobility exercises. And then 4, warm up, cool down. Don't skip this. Listen to your body. Injury prevention is paramount. It can be the thing that can almost be like the deal killer. You don't want injury to stop your progression. But if you do get injured, remember there's always ways to stay active so that you don't lose progress. But consult your physician. Remember, listen to your body. And then be patient and consistent. Progression happens with time and dedication. All right, so what should we do today? Let's take a moment and think about your goals. What exactly are your goals? And consider listening to this podcast again. Maybe it might help refresh things a little bit. And then pick one exercise from today's plan that feels good, whether it be walking, push-ups, planks, etc., and try completing it this week. Now, as you come back every week, I want to have a little spiritual reflection for you. And this week's spiritual reflection is going to be more than just a body, our triune nature. Just like God made us, He made us in His image, right? And so we're made of a body, a soul, and a spirit. The scripture 1 Thessalonians 5:23 says, "Now may the God of peace Himself sanctify you completely, and may your whole spirit, soul, and body be kept blameless in the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ." In this, I would encourage you to pray for your mind, your body, and your spirit. Pray for all three pieces of your being. Ask God to guide and direct you as you go through your week. Be strong. Thank you so much for tuning in to this beginning guide to building a workout routine. Remember, the most important step is to take the first one. Guys, stay curious, stay consistent, and keep moving smart. Thank you for joining the Moose Fit Method. We'll see you next time.